Show is Full Bloom. I'm Zita Christian, and my guest tonight is Karen Rossi. And she has decorated our set with some of her beautiful whimsical sculptures. We're going to show you some more of those in a little more detail later, but I wanted to get back to something we were talking about earlier, and we touched on it a little bit in the PSA there at the mid-break, and that is the whole value of art in schools. Now, you and I don't need to convince each other, but for those who are out in the audience saying, oh yes, if the budget is tight, let's cut arts because they don't matter, what do you say to them?
I say that learning through the arts and learning in the arts gives children a place to dream and imagine. And I think that if we're raising leaders, whether they be business leaders, political leaders, who's ever going to run the school bus company, who's ever in charge of town maintenance, whatever it be, we need people who can dream and imagine. And if you cut the pathway to kids creating, whether it be through music, I'm partial to visual arts myself, writing, exercising, whatever children must do to stretch themselves, that's what we must do also as adults. And so these, the more this can be learned at the youngest age possible and be a part of living and breathing and one's daily routine, that's how we can all excel.
And I think it's healthy too. I think just the idea of offering a way for all of us, but especially for young people, to find a way to express themselves. You used the word possible in something you just said a moment ago, and I thought that's part of the key, is the arts help students see what is possible just by stretching the imagination. And well, that's just a great way to learn how to think.
Well, life is about choices. And so if you can imagine a choice, then you can go for it. If you think that there are none, that's a place that's depressing, and that's an easy place to get to. And I'm not above being there myself, but we always have dark moments, but it's your girlfriend that will call you and say, well, Karen, you can do this, and Karen, you can do that, and you can do it, and what about this? And sometimes you really don't want to hear it, but life is all about choices, and if you can dream it, you can imagine it, then you've just got to imagine a way to get to it, figure out who you need to talk to, what you need to learn, how to stretch. And so anyone who's excelling at running a business is a creative problem solver, because they think of things that are out of the box, and they think of different ways to get people together and working together and to solve problems and to cut corners and all kinds of things. Yes. And that's all based in imagining and dreaming and and learn through
just
creating
creativity.
Art.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Well, speaking of creating art, we have a couple other pictures of some of your work that I just want to be sure that we share with the audience. It is just so beautiful. I think we have a one number 10. I'm not quite sure what it is because I didn't make my notes clearly. Oh, look at this beautiful bear. What do we have here?
That is my Norfolk bear, and it's hibernating at the Norfolk Library in the kids department, if you'd like to stop by and see it. And my mom helped me paint that. She helped me with all the little details. That's the community of Norfolk. And the library director, Robin Huron, wrote a poem for the bear, and the name of the bear is Nori. She named the bear.
So you got the visual and you've got literary involved in there. You have a family project.
I hope to, yes, and I hope to work with the kids in Norfolk to paint the base. The community loved the bear so much they bonded together. Again, the thing will never go to auction. So they're going to keep it and take it to various town events.
Oh, nice.
For the years to come.
It's like a mascot. Yeah, I like that.
I'm happy that it has a public home.
Now this one, what is this?
That was an image that I made for the Channel 3 Kids Camp about a year ago. And I made that after having toured the camp with the kids. It's a fascinating place, and we create an edition of that image, and Kids Camps continues to sell it if anyone would like one as a fundraising tool. We hope to bring awareness to the need for an arts building there. They have a small place, but they need a much larger arts facility, and I think their new director is working on that, executive director Denise.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good. So. Okay, and oh, now here's one for the Connecticut Humane Society. Oh.
Well, I adopted a little dog there by the name of Taco. Well, we named him Taco because he came to the name. But I was so thankful. The dog is just the best dog in the world, a little Chihuahua who had been left on the steps starving and with no fur, and they nursed him back to health. I'll always wonder about, you know, where he came from, but he is just the most devoted thing. So I made the print, and I visited back to sign them because they were selling very well in celebration of their 125th